Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here.
Meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel.
Another week, another episode.
Wait, what did you say?
I am God's most desolate creature.
From Full Moon, the creators of the Subspecies trilogy, comes a new tale of the undead.
Vampires are the spawn of many bloodlines. Some are monstrous creatures forced to hide their faces from society. Others are beings of age-old grace, walking freely through the world of mortals. A fate of endless nighttime, an endless hunger for innocent blood.
She has the gift.
For me, there is no comfort, no rest.
I've initiated you into the mysteries.
There is no one to hear you. No hope of rescue. No possibility of escape.
You're becoming reckless, Ash. You're jeopardizing everything.
A vampire slayer.
Frightened, Master.
You are no match for me. Keep moving.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you another horror movie review. This time we'll be talking about Vampire Journals, which is a spin-off of the Subspecies series from Full Moon, and tells the story of a vampire played by David Gunn, who is seeking revenge on his creator, the Master, who he confronts, played by Jonathan Morris, a rival for the same woman.
Soon enough, you will beg me for deliverance.
The Vampire Journals.
Like I said, this is a spin-off of the Subspecies films, which I've reviewed the first three. I will be reviewing the final and fourth film, or the fourth and final film, Bloodstorm, probably within the next week or two. I do have that. I'm just mixing it up with other movies right now. And if you guys have followed my other Subspecies reviews, you'll know I've gotten to enjoy them, a fair amount. The first one is fine. The second one I enjoyed the atmosphere of it. Got progressively a little bit better. The third one is probably my favorite so far, combining a little bit of the atmosphere from the second film and actually doing some surprising character work with Radu, and Anders Hov's character. Now this is a spin-off that sort of leads into the fourth film as they bring in a character from this into that last film, tying it together. And yeah, I have the DVD right here. So there you go. And yeah, so overall, this one was alright. Probably, along with the original film, probably my least favorite of the series so far. I may have a preference for the original film just because, you know, it did have Radu in it. So that's always a plus. Again, just Radu Andersholm's character is, you know, feels like an unsung sort of classic horror character to me. I love what he, you know, I love how he portrays the character, as campy as it can be once in a while. Still doing some good work there. This one, I was a little bit more mixed on. Besides Anders Hove in the original film, though, what I will say about this is that I do think they picked actors, for the most part, that put a little bit more energy into their roles. Because some of the characters in the original film were a bit bland. I thought most of them were a little bit more entertaining here. Now, David Gunn, playing a vampire named Zachary, basically, he still maintains his soul, or at least, you know, he still has, like, a conscience, basically. So he's going around slaughtering vampires and sort of, you know, carrying the weight of his own guilt for what he's had to do. You know, he tries to feed on people when they're sleeping and not completely, you know, killing or draining them. Then his master here, Ash, played by Jonathan Morris. You know, he's basically running this whole group of vampires, really, this whole vampire clan. You know, he has this fancy, you know, house or mansion and everything like that, which belonged to his predecessor and master, Radu. I liked Radu being referenced in this movie. Radu Vladilevskius. I probably just butchered his name, but, you know, sort of spinning off the Dracula name there with that. So I liked Radu being brought up, and what I did like about this movie in general, at least, though, was, I guess, the premise, because it made the world of Subspecies feel a little bit bigger, because up until now it just been zeroed in on Radu, which is fine. But now it feels like there are more, you know, threads, a little more strings attached to everything, perhaps. And I'm very curious and eager to see it tie into the last film when, you know, Radu returns to this place. It should be interesting for sure, with Michelle at stake and everything like that. Excited to see how this plays out. But this one, it wasn't very long, so that was a good thing. It actually was roughly like an hour and 19 minutes, not even an hour and 20. So it wasn't a really tough watch, I guess. And I did say some of the actors did put more energy into their roles than some in the original film, which is true, but at the same time there were some cheesy, you know, hammy performances in this. And I know that's kind of part of it. You know, I know the Subspecies acting isn't going to win any awards either. But David Gunn's portrayal is a bit mixed on. It felt very, I don't know, a bit forced with his tone, and, you know, sort of like the dark circles under his eyes. I don't know. It felt like a bit much. And then they explained that some of them are able to, you know, sort of blend into society more. Not all of them look as monstrous as, you know, Radu does and stuff like that, which is fine. I guess that'd be, you know, somewhat believable. There's some decent gore and decent violent effects in this. Bit mixed on David Gunn, but I didn't mind him as it went along. I warmed up to him a little bit more, I guess. I found Jonathan Morris to be a bit dull, but at the same time he does sort of fit that elder vampire role fairly naturally. And then Cassandra, played by Ilanka Goye. I probably just butchered her name on the left there. You know, she had some good mannerisms for the vampiric servant character she was playing as, like, a secondary antagonist type. I actually did kind of like her, as well as Star Andreef, Iris. Or no, not Iris, excuse me, Kirsten Sayre, who played Sophia in the movie, the main love interest who is struggling between the two. I liked her. You know, I found her actually fairly emotive, or at least interesting to watch. But yeah. So overall, this is probably the most forgettable film of the Subspecies series, but not bad completely. I like how it's, again, sort of expanding that world that we know from the films. So I think it'll be worth it. You know, it makes the final film feel a bit bigger, a bit more going on, which I think will work. So if I had to rate this, I'd probably give it a C, maybe a C-, I'm not sure, somewhere in there. Not great, not completely terrible, a bit forgettable, but some qualities that made it, you know, at least worth watching once anyway, and completing your collection. So yeah, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.